are waiting to get inside to the Amalie Arena for the Nine Inch Nails concert. Doors open at 7. Didn't know that. So doors open at 7 and it's like 6:30 right now. So I'm also waiting for my sister and my nephew to get here. I'm not sure where they are yet. We're moving. So Nine Inch Nails has not been here since 2014. It's been 11 years since they've been here. So I'm really excited. This is the Peel It Back tour. So I'm hoping that they're going to do a lot of old stuff, like off of Pretty Hate Machine. So we just stood in a really long line for merchandise, and Don has my microphone, so hopefully you can hear me. But right now we're grabbing a bite to eat on the club level. Just got some chicken tenders. And then we're gonna head up and find our seats and go sit with my sister and my nephew. Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. I think I last left you off at the Nine Inch Nails concert. It was okay. I have notes. Not one of the better concerts that we've been to. So we've been seeing Nine Inch Nails for years now. You know, we're both Pretty Hate Machine 30 years plus devoted fans here. And I saw Trent Reznor and Nine Inch Nails for the very first time when they were promoting their very first album, Pretty Hate Machine, in 1990. I saw them in Ybor City at Masquerade. Masquerade no longer exists. I am going to take you to Ybor City today, though. We've got some fun things to do. But the concert. Okay, first off, the ticket prices. Way expensive. Now, Don and I are trying to pay off our debt, as you know. And so we're like, okay, if we go to this concert, you know, we're going to have to get seats that are not as great as we usually try to get. Because we're not going to pay a couple $100s for tickets at this point right now. But even to get low seats was $300, $400, up to $700. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. The other thing is that we wanted to sit with my sister and my nephew. And we all agreed that we really didn't want to pay a lot of money for tickets for this show. You know, Don and I have seen Nine Inch Nails in Tampa before. It was 2014 when the last time they came. So it's been 11 years since they've been to Tampa. We've also seen them when we lived in Connecticut. And we've seen them in Tampa before as well. So, you know, we've seen them a few times and they put on a great show. This one, though, I'm probably going to be, you know, going against the grain here, but I didn't think it was that great. First off, you know, 30 plus years of being a fan, and we only recognized about a handful of songs in a 20-song set list. So I don't think that he was playing to his core devoted fans. I think he was trying to go after a newer generation. And I say that because when we got to the Ice Palace, it's called Benchmark now. It was Amalie Arena for a long time. It's where the Lightning Bolts play in Tampa. But we all know it as the Ice Palace if you've lived here long enough. But when we first got in the doors, they gave us this, okay? And it's got a QR code on the back. And so when we got home, I scanned it. And it's basically promoting merchandise from Tron. Okay, so I guess they've got some Tron thing. I don't know. I don't follow that. They've got Tron coming out, I guess. I don't know. New song coming out. My sister is a fan of that, so, but not us. So, you know, and then so I go through the merch store as well by scanning this thing, and everything is sold out. So I'm glad that we were able to get some merchandise, but a word about the merchandise. The lines were so long to get any kind of t-shirt, hat. Dawn got a t-shirt, I got a long sleeve t-shirt, I also got a hat. But the lines were just incredibly long to get any kind of merchandise. And we ended up going up on, let me put this down. We ended up going up on level 2, which was club level, which was a lot better atmosphere than on the first level. The first floor was just chaotic. And I guess they had 3 merchandise stands there, but the lines were just wrapped around. So it was a little bit better on the second level, and we ended up probably waiting about 30 minutes in that line, which was fine. And we missed part of the set of the opener. And the opener, okay, so the opener was just a DJ, just turning knobs. So, you know, when we go to these shows, I want to see, you know, an opener and somebody playing music, and it just was like a long 45-minute rave. And Dawn and I are past the rave, you know, age here. So we missed part of that. We sat down, had a little bit of food there, and then we headed in there. So let's talk about the seats. When my sister and I were discussing seats, we knew that we were going to be in the 3rd level, you know, which is the highest level up. But we discussed going into it with seats that were kind of like the first seats, the first section of the 3rd level. That's not what we got. So I don't know what happened there, but that's not what we got. We were truly in the very, very, very highest up level, last seat on the wall. Not a great place to be. And when we got in there, so I don't have a fear of heights. I have a fear of falling. So a fear of falling from heights, or just a fear of falling in general. I fell there. When we got there, you know, the DJ, Boys Noise, I think it's what it's called. The DJ was playing. And so it was really hard to see. So I went and grabbed the lady at, you know, when you first go in, they have their little flashlights and they help you to your seats. Well, I had to go grab one of those. You know, usually they're just standing there and they're helping you and they're scanning your ticket, you know, and helping you out. That wasn't the case here, which was kind of weird. So I went and grabbed her, and she, you know, shined her flashlight so that we could get up these very steep and narrow steps. And we started climbing higher and higher and higher. And I'm like, oh shit, we are in the very back. I just know it. Sure enough, that's where we were. So there were people that were already sitting in that very back row. And this one girl, she had on like Doc Marten boots. So she turned to let me in, but she didn't like get up to let me in. And it's so tight. You can barely move in that section. I ended up tripping over her boots, coming down hard. I either landed on the seat or I landed on the cup holder, but I've got this enormous bruise on my upper right thigh. and I landed on my knee as well, my right knee. So I'm pretty sore, and I am extremely black and blue on the on my thigh. So, you know, that coupled with the seats, and then the last thing that I'll tell you about, which was, and we were warned about this, you know, they had it throughout the arena. They said there's going to be strobe lights. Okay, can handle some strobe lights. You know, I'm not sensitive to that. When we went to see Ryan Adams, that concert in St. Petersburg, it's probably about a month ago that we went to see that. Ryan Adams has Meniere's disease, which is what I thought when I had my vertigo spells. My vertigo is better now. But he has Meniere's disease, so he can't handle any kind of flashes from phones, any kind of strobe lighting. His concert was very subdued in the lighting. He had lamps all around him, but any kind of lighting was messing him up, and he talked about it in the concert. Okay, this was quite the opposite, and he would have been going crazy at the Nine Inch Nails concert. It was excessive strobe lights. It was just terrible with the strobe lights. So, my overall thoughts of this concert, not great. Not the best one that we've been to. I did like that he played Perfect Drug from Lost Highway soundtrack. That was a nice surprise. And then, you know, at the very end, he played, he played a couple things from Pretty Hate Machine. And then he closed the show with Hurt, which is a very subdued song. And then the curtain came down. The other thing is he only played about an hour and a half. You know, for the ticket prices that were being charged, you would hope it'd be a 2-hour show, hour and a half. So, again, overall impressions, not great. Not great. But we've got a lot to do today. The first thing is not going to be very exciting. I've never been to this place. So in Florida, and I'm sure it's like this in other states, when you want to dispose of paint cans and other hazardous waste, you have to go to a hazardous waste center that are only open on certain Saturdays of the month in certain locations. So the one we're going to today is in Gibsonton, which is south of Tampa. And I'm going to drop off a lot of these rusty old paint cans. It's part of our downsizing that we're doing, part of clearing out the garage, getting rid of the things that we don't need, so that when we do decide, you know, what we want to do with our plans, whether it's Mexico or an RV or paying off the house and staying put, whatever it is, at least we have cleared out the clutter that's been following us around for years and years. So I'm going to go and get rid of these paint cans first, do that part, and then we'll go to Ybor City. So we've got a lot to do today, so let's get going. Okay, that was quite an experience. So I went in the wrong area, but it was the area that that Maps took me to. Google Maps took me to. Yeah, so now we're in the paint line, I think. Oh man, I've never been down here, so I didn't know what to expect. To the right area, it was pretty easy, but getting there, oh my goodness, not great. But they took everything, so that was great. I thought maybe there was a limit, but they took it all. So now it continues in the garage with trying to get to other areas where the paint is, and then I'll probably be coming back here again for yet another round. Okay, hopefully you can hear me. There's music in the background, so I hope I don't get a copyright strike here. But I'm in Ybor City right now, and we're going to go to the Saturday morning market. So I just got done at the Saturday morning market in Ybor City. I was hoping the chickens would be out, and they were. They were everywhere, almost to the point where they were just getting underneath your feet. So the Ybor City chickens are something to see if you ever come here. They're actually protected, and I can show some more information on the screen about them if you're interested. Okay, so in addition to the chickens, I bought some bread. I bought some sourdough bread, and I bought some banana bread. So let me show you what I got. Okay, so this one is not labeled. Everything is local. This one is the sourdough bread. This was $6, and it smells delicious. Oh my God, it smells so good. So we're gonna chow down on that. Let me show you the other breads. Okay, so even though I make banana bread for Don, I don't like banana bread. But I did get him this one right here. This is from the Happy Baker. Her and her husband bake these breads, and she had non-banana options too. But this one here is Jumping Jack. It has whiskey in it. So this one's for Dawn. And this little one is for me. This is a pumpkin one, and I tried it. She had samples of everything. Really nice lady. So this one is the Pilgrim Pumpkin Bread, and it was really good. So I'm gonna devour this as well. But right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over to one of my favorite things to do in Ybor City, and it happens twice a month, and it's called Vintage Roost. And it is an antique and vintage shop. Oh, there's a chicken right in front of me. But we're gonna go to Vintage Roost, speaking of rooster, and just do a little window shopping because I know it's on my no-buy list. But I haven't been vintage shopping in a really long time, and I just want to go and check it out and see what they've got, because they change it up each season, and now that it's fall, I wanted to see what they were doing there. So come along.
Just a dream, just all in my head. Floating rivers upstream, the things that you said. Tell me and be honest. Tell me, did you know is a healer, just you wait and see. The problem is for me, I need an eternity. So tell me and be honest, tell me, did you know?
Well, that was a first. I didn't come out with a single thing. I stuck to my no-buy list. I didn't buy a thing. I mean, I saw some things I wanted to buy, but I did not buy anything at Vintage Roost. So, yay! Okay, let's go see if we can find some lunch. Okay, so I'm going to take you to Columbia Restaurant right now. So my sister and I ate here over Christmas when we were doing Thriftmas, and we also went to the Vintage Roost over Christmas as well. We like to thrift once a year with each other. That's kind of our little Christmas tradition. So I'm going to go ahead and take you in, and we're going to have some lunch in the Columbia. Columbia's been around for a very long time. They do have other locations. They have one in St. Pete, and I believe one in Orlando as well. I've never been to that one. I have been to the one in St. Pete. So let's go ahead and have some lunch. They have the best mojitos here. Oh my God, they're so good. Okay, there's one other that I want to take you to, and we're going to walk there. It's on 17th and 7th. 7th is the main drag in Ybor City. It's where all the shops are, but a lot of these shops are very empty, which surprises me. And this place really comes alive at night. And back in my youth, that's when I would come here, is during the nighttime. But we're going to go ahead and walk off that mojito and go to La France. Okay, La France was pretty cool. It's like vintage mixed with some new stuff, mixed with like prom dresses. It was really weird, but it was actually pretty cool, and they were playing cool music in there. They were playing soft cell, which really took me back to the 80s. I did buy something. I bought myself a little jacket, which I'll show here. It was really cute. I showed my sister too. She's 1,000% approved here. Okay, so that's it. So thanks for spending the day with me in Ybor and coming to the concert with me as well. And I'll go ahead and close out this vlog now. And see you next time. Hasta luego, my friends.